Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Mama Jojo Roy and Real. So today I'm going to talk to you about the third mistake that we make when we're fasting. And that mistake is simple. We don't stick to the plan. You have to make up your mind to stick to a plan. Say for example, in previous videos I talked about the 4 methods of fasting. So I will just say them briefly, quickly, and you can go back and watch them. I explain them in details. What you do is the 4 methods of fasting. You have the 5-2 diet, where you eat your regular meals 5 days a week, and 2 days you eat 500 calories as a woman and 600 calories as a man. The next form of intermittent fasting is the lean gain diet, which means like if you ate your last meal at 8 o'clock and you went to bed at 8 o'clock and you will not eat until 16 hours. So 16 hours around that time will be at 12 noon. Then the next method is the warrior diet. The warrior diet, which I explained before, is when you get up in the morning, you're drinking coffee, but you can have small protein, you can have some fruits, and then watch the caloric content. And then at dinner time, you can have your big eat. I can call it eat whatever you want to eat, right? So that's the third method. And the fourth method of intermittent fasting is eat, stop, eat, which is Brad Pallion method. So you have to fast through all of the authors, because the research has been done for us already, right? When there is no insulin, guess what? Our body begins to burn the fat. So when you're saying you are fasting like this 16-8 that I do on most days when I'm not water fasting, like currently now I'm on a 21-day water fast journey. Like I'll go to bed, like my last meal of the day will be around 9 o'clock. It just depends. And I know my lunchtime at work is at 1 o'clock, so I'll make sure my last meal is at 9 o'clock. That does not mean I'm going to bed at 10 o'clock, but my last solid food is at 9 o'clock. And then after that, I can have some coffee with a sugar, I can have water, I can have tea with a sugar. But then what I do then is my first meal for the next day, my breakfast will be at 1 p.m. my lunchtime. But in the morning, I can get up, I can have some coffee, I can have some water, I can have some tea, right? Without any sugar. I will have no sugary beverage during that time when I'm on my lean gain 16-8. And then at lunchtime, I can do whatever I want to do. If I want to start with oatmeal at 1 o'clock, if I want to start a fruit, because it says breakfast. It doesn't say breakfast at 8 o'clock. So that's another topic for another day. So I just want to tell you, whichever method of intermittent fasting that works for you, you have to follow it all through, because sometimes it works. Everything works if you stick with it. And even if you make a mistake, it works. And one thing I want to say here is I have a planner. And this is like a Lord and gospel for me. So what I do is all of my activities for the day, for the week, for the month, I have everything written down in here. So what happens is I know exactly what my day is going to look like for the most part, because you can predict what's going to happen. But with the things that I have to accomplish in my life, I have all of them written down. So I know for the most part how I'm going to eat the following day or the day before, because which method of intermittent fasting I would do. And on a regular day, I always do 16-8. Because I have colleagues, I have people coming, like, I have friends, I have people who bring food to the office, and we go out, like you can't isolate yourself all the time. So sometimes they want us to go out, they want us to do things, so I will go out with them. So what it is for the most part, during the week when I'm at work, I follow the 16-8 rules to the letter. And like on Thursday, where we have happy hour, on Friday is like date night, or movies night, trust me, when I know I have all of those things going on, I am going to go with the warrior diet, and I will stick with the warrior diet 100% until the time. So what it is you have to fast long enough. So if you're doing the lean gains, which is 16 hours, you fast for 16 hours. When you go to sleep, you are fasting. If you're doing the Brad Pillion diet, which means eat, stop, eat, if your last meal is at 7 p.m., you will have to go through it, because our bodies are not meant to suffer, right? So you will crave a lot of different things. But if your last meal is at 7 p.m., you have to stay there, stay the course, and go through the whole day, and then have your meal for the next day at 7 p.m. and then you can do whatever you want to do. But you have to, with the Brad Pillion diet, you have to go without food for 24 hours. So that's just the third method of intermittent fasting, is to stick to your plan and try to follow it thoroughly to the end, and then you'll be successful. So this is the third method. I have 2 more methods to talk about. And if you are new on my channel, I talk about my personal weight loss journey. I fast. I'm considered a fasting lady. I have my diploma certificate in intermittent fasting, in gut health, in vegan nutrition health, and I am working on couple of other certificates as well to build my brain and just grow my knowledge, you know. And I just decided to take a hold of my life, and I was finding ways that I could lose it, because like I would go to the gym, I would do everything right, and then I would gain the weight because of my choices and the friends that I had, right? So I would not consider my health. But now that I know better, I'll do better. So if you like what you hear, please hit the subscribe button, and thanks for watching me. Have a very good evening, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much, Mama Jojo. Bye.